Let's say you are a confident person, or you'd like to be a confident person, and you Quazi here, and it's a beautiful Thursday morning out here in Boston. Today, I want to talk to you about the concepts of inner importance and outer importance. Now, this is a reality transurfing concept, which means that there will be excess potential involved, but basically, going back to the discussion of excess potential. By the way, if you haven't seen the video on excess potential, click up here. What excess potential is basically a localized disturbance in the field of the universe. So this disturbance is caused by some sort of importance that you're attributing to anything. So it's mainly by the thought energy that you have. And this causes excess potential. When excess potential is raised, then what is known as balanced forces come into play in order to balance out that excess potential. So it's kind of like thinking about raising a pen up here. The pen desperately wants to go to the floor, but when you raise it up here, you're giving it gravitational potential. But here it's excess potential. That's how Vadim Zeland chooses to define it in reality transurfing. So excess potential is caused by importance, and not only is it importance, but there is an inner importance and an outer importance. So what inner importance is basically an overvaluation or an overestimation of any sort of personal values that you have, personal principles that you have, and you're too focused on it and you must live by that principle. I am this, I am that. And it's very important to you. So once you attribute a disproportionate kind of amount of importance to any of your personal values, then you're raising inner importance, which also raises excess potential. So let's say you are a confident person, or you'd like to be a confident person, and you always talk about and think about becoming confident, and it's important to you to become a confident person. So you act and try your utmost to become confident. And when you're putting too much importance on becoming this confident person, what happens is you raise excess potential. So life will give you a slap in the face and say, screw your confidence. So the same applies when you're self-deprecatingly, humble. So let's say you're just constantly putting yourself down, you're not confident at all, and you find safety in being this victim. And you always play this victim mindset. And then excess potential is still raised in that case, where life says, oh, you are a victim? Well, here you go. This is what you get for being a victim. And these two ends of the poles are where your undesirable lifelines are. Because when you're raising excess potential at the self-deprecating stage, you're not getting what you want. When you're raising excess potential at the confident stage, that I am confident, blah, 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 and you walk around like you're important, life will show you that you're not important. And when you try to think you're special and you're different from others, then life will show you that you're not, by balancing out this excess potential via balanced forces. Most of the time, cocky people somehow get a slap to the face wherever it is. So self-importance is also something that raises excess potential. So that's what inner importance is. Inner importance is your personal importance to some of your values. And even it applies where you're just like, well, I value being an honest person, so I must be honest all the time. And this was very much the case with me. So I value becoming an honest person and always telling the truth, and I expect other people to tell me the truth as well, because that's what I'm doing, I give, and you expect to get back when you give, because that's the concept of frailing. And for a few days, few months, I would find that, I'm very, very focused on being honest, always tell the truth, never tell a lie. And I'm putting too much importance on being this honest person. So then I started seeing that people around me, people close to me, were starting to become dishonest with me. And I just couldn't wonder why. And I was just like, well, I'm being honest, why are people being dishonest to me? And then I found out that it's because I was raising excess potential by attributing too much importance to this personal value I have, personal principle I have of becoming an honest person. So it could be that, your principle is become a confident person, and then you become confident, but then you see that people don't see you as a confident person, or you're not getting quite the results that you want because you're raising excess potential. And that's how raising excess potential, by giving importance to your personal traits, your personal principles, it doesn't help you out at all. Now let's talk about outer importance. What outer importance is basically an excessive amount of importance on something that's external to you. So let's say you have a goal and you want to manifest something into your life, and you're placing too much focus on that goal. I must do this, I must do that, and I must get this, I must get that. It's important to me, it's important, it's important, it's important. When you say I must, I need, life says importance, excess potential, balance it out. And then you don't get the very thing that you want. So you always shift to undesirable, unfavorable lifelines. And this is basically what outer importance is. And when you're too focused on doing that I must do, then you're raising this outer importance. So that's basically what inner importance was and what outer importance is. Inner importance, again, is I am, and you're too focused on what you are and what values you have. And outer importance is focused on what you're doing in order to get something, or what you're trying to get and what goal you have in your life. That's basically outer importance. Outer importance is an object that's outside of you, that's external to you, and you're raising too much importance by attributing excess meaning to it. So now let's talk about how we can reduce these importances. In the case of inner importance, because I was focused on becoming this honest person. Quazi must be honest, and if he's honest, then other people will also become honest with him. And as I was putting this excess importance, people started cheating me, people started betraying me, and I found out that people weren't being honest with me at all. And sometimes you wonder, why do bad things happen to good people? And that's because you're putting too much importance on your own values, and you think you're a good person. Like, you're not a good person, neither are you a bad person. You're person. There is no charge to it. You're putting the charge yourself, and by doing so, you're raising excess potential. That's basically it. So the first thing you can do, obviously, and it's very clear, is that you stop attributing excess meaning to any of your values and you totally abandon it. But then the question becomes, well, how do you abandon it? How do you put less meaning to one of your own values? And that's a good question. And the answer is kind of simple, but kind of difficult. Now let's go back to the definition of excess potential. It's the attribution of excess importance, or a disproportionate amount of importance. And the key lies in the word disproportionate. So this means that you are putting most of your importance energy on this, and it's not spread out evenly. So it's like it's becoming a hill, and all of these other characteristics or principles that you have within yourself are not getting enough attention. That's why this is becoming an excess potential. There is just, the arrow is being tipped on one side of the scale. Therefore, it's clear that you must attribute either the same level of importance to all of your other principles, or you could simply just reduce the importance and say, you know what, whatever. I don't care about being that honest, it's not that important. It's going to happen eventually. The problem is, it's your attitude to your personal principles. You can have all of these principles. These are beautiful principles to live by and also be certain of, because it helps you function in a more healthy way. Because if you didn't have principles and if you didn't have values, then you would just act like an immoral being. It is your attitude towards these importance and the constant, urge to always live by them, becoming punitive to yourself and attributing this excess potential. So the two things you could do to eliminate or at least reduce inner importance is, first of all, attribute equal amounts of importance to all of your principles and all of your values. If you're a confident person but you wanted to be an honest person as well, say, I'm confident and honest, but it's not too important to me. So the second thing you can do, it's not too important. Remember that all of these things that you want in your life are important, but they're never too important. Like, nothing is ever too important. Not even your family, not even anything. Because if you put too much importance on anything, then you could expect that it'll be taken away from you in some way. That's how you can get rid of inner importance. And outer importance and reducing outer importance is also something very, very similar. And the concept is similar because you're still reducing this importance level by, finding something else to attribute an equal amount of importance to. So the scales are balanced. And let's say you have this goal of making $1 million. And, let's say my goal is I want to quit my job and do this full time, but I'm not sure if this is the right thing for me. I'm just like, I don't know. What if I don't make enough money with it? And this is actually something I'm going through right now. So this is for my personal life, and it's very, very personal. So let's say, I could work a job after I graduate, but I don't want to do that because this is important to me. Doing the YouTube and doing what I love is very, very important to me. And what do you think I'm doing when I'm saying stuff like that? I'm raising excess potential. So this is outer importance, that I must do this. In order to make the money that I want and live the life of my dreams, I must do this all the time. And again, this raises excess potential. So for me, in order to reduce that excess potential, there is a concept known as safety netting. And this is from reality transurfing as well. And it's basically that, well, if I don't do well in this, and I don't make a certain amount to show that I can make this as a viable business, then I could easily go somewhere else. So my mind still knows, and it still has that feeling of safety that I could just do something else. I could just get a job, It's fine. Everything's gonna be fine in the end anyways. And when you do that, you'll find that your importance level to this one particular thing is going down. And when it goes down, then you become successful because now you're not attributing excess potential to this, and there is no balanced force to come in and say, I'm gonna stop you there because you're attributing excess importance. So I'm gonna show you that this is actually not that important at all. And that's what nature is trying to do. It's trying to balance out that excessive thought energy that you're attributing to this particular object. So in that way, I can safety net something. It's almost like, walking on the floor of your house versus walking on the edge of a mountain. And, let's say you have a plank that extends out to a very high surface and you're walking that plank. And now there's feelings of fear because you look down and the only choice you have is to stay on this plank. It's very important now that you stay on this plank because if you made a wrong step, you would be plunged into your death. And that's when you raise importance level. Just by doing that, you give yourself one choice, you raise the importance level. And in that case, in order to reduce that importance level, what you need to do is get some sort of a safety net below that plank. So now you're walking, and even if you fall, there is always something to take care of you. So yeah, that's how you would reduce outer importance. And to recap, reducing inner importance is simple as the two steps of first, attribute equal amounts of importance to all other principles that you hold yourself by, or you'd like to hold yourself by. And second, just simply reduce the importance. Just say to yourself, you know what, it's not that important at all. Tell yourself and convince yourself that it's not that important, I can let go of it. Finally, to reduce outer importance, get a safety net. If you're trying to do something, you're trying to get something in your life, find a way to show yourself that life would be okay if you didn't get that thing. And you'll see that you'll live a more beautiful, more peaceful life where you don't even have that kind of excess potential, that excess importance attributed to any sort of your goals. So anyway, hope this video helped and hope you now understand the concepts of inner importance and outer importance and how it links to the excess potential that I described. If you haven't watched that video, click up here. But anyway, thank you for watching. If this video helped you, please share it with a friend so they may benefit as well. And also, I'm growing a massive Facebook group where I'll be sharing all of this kind of stuff and also interacting with you on a personal level. And I found out that when I was first starting off with the law of attraction and reality transurfing, I didn't really know or understand most of this stuff. And I didn't really have a group to talk about my practices and how I can improve stuff and what's the best thing to do for me. So it would have been really helpful if I did have that group. But that's why I made this group, so people starting off and people who are already in it would like to improve, click on the link below to join, and I hope I see you there. Also, the Reality Mastery Program is still open for enrollment for a little bit, and I'm gonna keep it open because we're getting really good clients, and also, it's helping a lot of people, and we're getting really good results with our clients. So if you don't know what the Reality Mastery Program is, it's basically an identity shifting program. So what that means is basically we take you from the person you are now, the current version of yourself, to the version of yourself that you would like to be, and the version of yourself that you need to be in order to manifest your goals. And I do this because I found out that the most powerful paradigm of manifestation is the paradigm of becoming. Everything in the universe is in the process of becoming. So this is a very, very deep law of the universe. Everything is in variability and becoming. Nothing will ever become its ultimate potential. It's always in a stage of becoming. So even after it becomes, it's going to become more. So yeah, we work with the most powerful paradigm of manifestation, which is becoming. Not having, not doing, but being and becoming. So if you're interested in a free consult and to see how we could help you with your current practices, click on the link in the description below and sign up for your free consult. And I hope I see you there. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Peace.